Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation, brothers of elect, pushing his word in truth and sincerity. All right, this video here is, what are you doing in your free time? Okay, so here in Babylon the Great, we have a lot of distractions. All right, especially from this truth. Okay, from Yahweh Hashem Shai, through television, through radio, through family, literally everything that we're surrounded by is a distraction. All right, and it's easy to become distracted. This is why you must have discipline when you coming into this thing. Okay, you must have discipline, and you must continue in the discipline. All right, that's a part of being a disciple. A follower of Yahweh Shai, a follower of Yahweh Shai, okay, is to have the discipline to read, to study, to go into these things, okay, to pray, all right, to fast. You have to be disciplined to do these things. So therefore, you must check your free time. What you're doing. What are you doing in your free time? Okay. Because, like I said, your free time can be consumed with vanity, with carnality, and I'm not saying that you need to just stay in the house all day, read and study, watch videos, read, study, watch. Don't go do anything else. But you do need to sow to the spirit more than you are the flesh. All right. And also the things of the world, they can look good, because, we got this work to do. But remember, we're putting off the pleasures of this world. I mean, think about it. It's a no-brainer. You're putting off the pleasures for a moment, a small and inkling moment in time, for an eternity of pleasure, a never-ending point of pleasure, an everlasting point of pleasure. Okay? We're looking forward to the kingdom of heaven, all right, because we have nothing else here in this world. This is why, matter of fact, let me get this scripture here. All right, this is Luke chapter 9 and 62. And Yahushua said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of the Most High. Okay, so you got to count the cost too. That's another thing. Okay, you don't just start, or you don't just pick up the plow and start working, start plowing, start sowing, start pushing, and then you start looking around. You see your family members having family reunions. You see your loved ones having birthday party celebrations. You see them having crawfish boils. You see them going out to clubs, bars, and then you be like, man, all I do is go to camp. All I do is do this work, and I don't do anything else. And you begin to get bored. All right, and that's a part of checking your leisure time and checking your free time. That's where, like I said, you gotta adjust. You got to look at whatever you're doing, okay? Once again, you must have a balance in this now. I'm not saying totally submerge and consume yourself with the scriptures, because, you'll bug yourself out doing that too. But I will say this, the balance of carnality and spirituality, or this world and this truth, is going to balance in favor towards this truth. Meaning, when I say in favor, is the scales are not going to be 50-50. The scales are not going to be even. All right, you're going to weigh more in this truth than you are in the world, and that's going to be balanced. You're going to weigh more in this truth than you are in your family life. You're going to weigh more in this truth than you are with your woman, your significant other, your spouse, whatever you have. And that's just real. It just is what it is. All right, and that's how it's gonna be. Okay, but No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. Okay? So you can't be looking back and thinking about what you missed out in the world. Because actually, we're not missing out on anything. We're actually gaining more than what the world has to offer. All right? But you have to constantly check your free time. Check what you're doing. All right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. All right. So when you gain this truth, when you pick up this truth, you gain this knowledge. You know, Lord, He's revealed certain things unto you. You know, open up your mind to open up your understanding to get certain things of it. Hey, get it and run with it. You know, whatever you found, put your hand to it and work. You know, show your appreciation. Show that you're grateful, because these scriptures here, the understanding of this knowledge here, of this book, is the greatest knowledge on the planet Earth. No one has this knowledge but the small remnant of people whom Yahweh Shem Shai has revealed it to. That's it. It's literally the greatest knowledge on the planet, and you have it. Okay? Spend more time in it than in this world. Check your free time. Check what you got going on. All right? Let me grab another one. This Sirach chapter 43 and verse 30. When ye glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as ye can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength. We just read, whatsoever your hand findeth, do it with all thy might. Okay? Put forth with all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. And why can't you go far enough? There is no amount of words, there is no amount of actions, there is no amount of anything that we can truly give to Yahweh Shem Shai to show how great that she truly is. Okay? There is no amount of words. You can sit here and say, holy, call on his name, holy, 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 call on his name till you blue in the face, till you can't say it no more. And he far exceeds that glory. He far exceeds that exaltation. He far exceeds all of that. He's greater than anything that you could possibly give. He only requires of us obedience. Okay? All right? This is why I continue to say, check your free time. Okay? Because we coming to the end of this thing now. All right? And you need to put more of your free time into this truth, into this word, into Yahweh Shem Shai, more than into the world. Yeah, you know, we got a little free time, but we like I said, we coming to the end of this thing. We at the end of this race. The end of the race, if you know anything about track and field, when you coming down to those last few meters, oh, it's time to push. It's time to push it. Give it out everything that you got. Okay, because why? Because you could never go far enough. Okay? This Sirach chapter 38 and verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. And what is leisure? Matter of fact, let's get it. This is the word leisure.
Leisure.
All right. Leisure is defined as free time. Use of free time for enjoyment. Okay. Example, increased opportunities of leisure. Opportunity afforded by free time to do something. Okay. So use your free time, or I'll start it over. The wisdom of a learned man meaning one that's learned in the scriptures, one that's educated, okay? You know, one that has this knowledge that has been drawn out of him, okay? Educare. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, all right? So when you have more free time, you have more of an opportunity to gain wisdom. You see that? When you have more free time, you have more opportunity to gain wisdom. You have more opportunity to put forth your hand to this plow. You have more opportunity to plow more, to push harder. All right? And he that hath little business shall become wise. Now, what does that mean by having little business? Okay? Meaning you're not so busy in this world that you don't have time for anything else. And trust me, I can tell you from personal experience, I was in that situation. I was working 3 jobs at one point. All right. And when I really, settled down and I was like, man, I wanna do everything I can for Yahweh Shemel. I want to serve him. I want to, push this thing. But I was like, man, but I'm working all these jobs trying to keep up, keep up with life, keep up with these bills. That was always my excuse. But I neglected to pray. All I had to do was ask. And, I prayed. And, he, and like I said, he answered them. And I ended up getting fired from a job. Okay. I ended up getting fired. And I was like, oh, man, it's like, well, shoot, this ain't good. Like I said, he'll answer it in a way that you don't think that he should, but it's actually for your benefit. But I ended up getting fired in a way, to where, so I couldn't work there no more. And then my second job, I ended up losing it due to the C-19. Okay, so that left me with 1 gig, and at that point, that one job, I made a prayer on that one job because then that same job afforded me an opportunity, because I made another prayer. I said, Lord, I did not want to go back to working 2 and 3 jobs, because I wanted to focus on this truth. I wanted to focus on serving Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, and after I made that prayer, that job, the job I'm at now, it afforded me an opportunity to go through some extra training to make some extra pay. And that extra pay that after I completed that training, took my test, tested out, did all that good stuff, that extra pay actually was even more than what I was making with those other jobs together. Those other 2 jobs I lost together, okay? But so now I have a lot more time. I have a lot more free time, a lot more leisure time, and then even on the job I have free time, okay? But he that have little business shall become wise, okay? So don't have your hand doing too many things. Verse 25, how can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the goad, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks? Okay? So if you constantly working, which I was, if you constantly working, you never have time for anything else, then how can you gain wisdom? This is why the opportunity comes through your free time, through your leisure, and through having little business. Don't have your hands doing too many things. All right? This Sirach chapter 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, and that law means this book, the whole entire book, not just the Mosaic law, not just the first 5 books, but the entire scriptures, okay, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in the prophecies. And what is the wisdom of all the ancient? What's written in these scriptures? The wisdom in which Moses imparted, the wisdom in which Abraham imparted, Isaac, Jacob, Isaiah, Jeremiah, on down to, to Yahushua, to Paul, to the apostles, all those things. Okay, these are wisdoms that we should be seeking after. Verse 2, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. Okay, so we'll be occupied in these prophecies too. Okay, that's why you hear GMS push prophecy, because think about it, prophecy cannot change. You know, Esau done rewrote history so much, but guess what? Prophecy in this book still stands. they can't rewrite prophecy. Okay, if Yahweh Shem Shai set it up, he wrote it out to play out a certain way, it's gonna work. It's gonna play out that exact way, and it's not gonna change. So that's one thing that they cannot change. Okay. Verse 3, he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. You're occupied in these scriptures because not just Yahweh Shai was speaking in parables, but the whole book is spoken in dark sayings, parables, all those things. Because remember, you got to go precept on precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. You got to put the puzzle, you got to put the pieces together. Okay, you got to know when things are spiritual and when things are physical. You got to know when things are physical and versus when things are spiritual. Okay, you got to understand that. But that comes through opportunity or leisure, through actually getting to know your power, spending time with your power, more in the spirit, less in the flesh. All right. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through the strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins. You're repenting on a daily basis. Okay? Because we go off. Okay, we go off every day. Whether we know it or not, we go off every day. But you need to make that prayer, make that supplication, on a daily basis. When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. In his timing, you'll get things. Okay? You can read a scripture, it can be broken down to you, and you may not get it. You could read it a second time, it can be broken down to you the second time, and you still may not get it. But that third time, you can read it and be like, oh, hey, I get it. Or if it's broken down to you, like, dang, okay, that connects with this here. And this goes with this here. Man, that's amazing. That's how these scriptures work. But it's all when Yahweh Shem Shai wills for you to get it. Okay? You're not going to get it instantly all the time. Some things you may get the first time. Some things you may not get the first time. You may not get it the second time. You may not get it the third time. But when in his time, you'll get it. Okay? If you spend your leisure time or your free time with him, you're going to get it. Okay? And he shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. Okay? You'll gain in more wisdom. Okay? And your wisdom will flow. All right? And you will give thanks unto Yahweh Shem Shai through your prayer. Your prayer life will increase too. Verse 7. He shall direct his counsel and knowledge, and in his secret shall he meditate. Okay? We meditate on these secrets. We meditate on this word. He shall show forth that which he hath learned, and shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord. Okay? We glory in these scriptures. We're excited to read these scriptures. We're excited to do these videos. We're excited to break things down. We're excited to go, conference calls. We're excited to talk to each other. We're excited to go to camp. Like this, everything about this truth excites us. All right. But one thing for sure, let me grab this here. I'm going to finish it off here. This Mark chapter 13, verse 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. All right. And I want to finish it off there because You spending so much time, so much of your leisure time with pleasure in the flesh, pleasures in the world. Hey, you better make sure you watch. Better make sure you stand up on your watch and keep constant prayer, because we don't know when that time comes. But when Yahushua will show forth, coming in them chariots. But we know that it's gonna be soon. Okay, so watch your free time. Okay, watch your leisure time. Okay, so call all Yahweh Bashem Al Shah Bashem Kakodash. Hope you edify. Shalom.